Alright, YouTube and Fallout community, or Elder Scrolls, Bethesda community, whatever, it all works. Anyways, so we got Skyrim special edition coming out, and so I've off and on been doing like Skyrim videos, typical Bethesda Fallout videos, things like that. And today I just kind of wanted to talk about why, for me, Skyrim is my favorite Elder Scrolls. Now, as I've mentioned a bunch of times on the channel, I've never really played Oblivion. I've owned it, I've played it, put 10, 20 hours into it, explored the world, done some main questing, a little bit of side questing, things like that. It was fun. Morrowind I never had a hands-on experience with. Before I ever even knew what Elder Scrolls was. A long time ago, I used to watch my friend play Morrowind on the original Xbox, but back then I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what an Elder Scrolls was or a Fallout. I never even heard of a Bethesda. And because back then I was really into like Grand Theft Auto, Final Fantasy, and like Pokemon. Like I didn't outside of Grand Theft Auto, I didn't even know like open world games existed. I definitely would have loved to have played Elder Scrolls for sure. Like Morrowind back then would have been fucking amazing. But for me, the reason why Skyrim is my favorite, because I've played a little bit of Oblivion, it's because it's the first one I ever got a hands-on experience with. Like a long time ago, the same friend I watched play Morrowind let me start like a new game on Oblivion on his 360. He was on 360. I wasn't up there yet. I was still on my PS2, so I didn't have access to all these cool games. And he let me put in about a couple hours one day. I used to watch him play it as well, but he let me start a game on it. And I thought it was really cool. It was kind of difficult to learn how to play because I never really played like a first-person open world game before. And it was cool, and then I kind of forgot about it. And then years down the road, Skyrim comes out, and this was after I had played Fallout. Fallout 3 was my first Fallout as well, and I think that the reason why that's my favorite as well is because it's the first Fallout I ever played. Anyways, by the time Skyrim came out, I was very aware of what Bethesda was, and I knew I loved the shit out of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. So I was like, I'm definitely gonna get this Skyrim game. I remember playing Oblivion, I remember watching Morrowind, and I liked them. I didn't really get to play them that much, and I was like, and I used to watch. I don't know if everybody knows what G4 is. I don't know if everybody had that on like cable and satellite and stuff. But it's like a game, more like a nerdy gaming channel. And the show, I'm pretty sure the show is called X-Play, where they did a lot of gaming stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And I remember they're hyping it up. They're talking about how they couldn't believe how much content was on this one disc for a 360 game. And they were talking about how big the world is and how in-depth it is and all the things you can do and just all this shit. And they're hyping it up, showing gameplay that I hadn't seen before that wasn't in the trailers, because when those gaming shows, they let them do they have them like exclusive content, exclusive trailers, gameplay, shit like that. So X-Play was hyping it up. Everybody else was hyping it up. I had a Game Informer where they talked a shit ton about Skyrim, and I got it, and it was my first fucking Elder Scrolls, and oh my god, I put so much time into this game. I'm gonna do a video like Bethesda and them are doing like this hashtag Skyrim memories and things. I'm gonna do a more in-depth talk of Skyrim in a different video, probably recorded after this one. Anyways. For me, I think the reason why it's my favorite is it's going to be nostalgia. Even though it's a newer game, it's within recent years, it's still the very first one for me. And for me, I can't go back and I've tried to go back and play Oblivion, and I can play it. I mean, it's still fun to a degree, but you can't deny the fact that Skyrim offers a shit ton more content than Morrowind or Oblivion, and I'm just always going to prefer it over those because I played them first. A lot of people in the community have been playing Elder Scrolls and Fallout since the originals. They've played Morrowind, then Oblivion, then Skyrim, so they have a different perspective on the games, and they can say that they like Oblivion or Morrowind more than Skyrim because they played them that first. They probably could have been their first one or something. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's my first one. Same reason why Fallout 3, like I've said. I don't know. I've said before that New Vegas is possibly my favorite, but in the end, it's always going to be Fallout 3 because it's just the first one I ever played. I have so many fond memories of all the things I've done for the first time, in a Fallout game ever. It all comes down to Fallout 3. And same thing with Skyrim. It's always going to be the same thing. Even when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, it's right there. I almost called the next one fucking Skyrim 2 or Skyrim 6 or something because I don't even refer to the series Elder Scrolls half the time. Half the time when I'm talking about Elder Scrolls, I want to say Skyrim because that's the only one I've ever really played. So yeah, I don't know, guys. Just let me know what your favorite Elder Scrolls is. Is it also Skyrim? Is it Oblivion? Is it Morrowind? Is it the ones before those? I don't know. Does anybody even play those old ones anymore? Like, I don't ever hear anybody talk about, like, the really old Elder Scrolls games. But anyways, guys, let me know what your favorite is. Later.